Hey y'all, it's Rob here in Georgia, and I wanted to give y'all a show of this amazing collection that Indian Trace has sent us of finds he's found in North Carolina. Yesterday he sent me this preform. He suggested that maybe I should try to finish it up. I don't know. Sometimes you hold on to something and it feels too good to toy with. Although I have taken some and made arrowheads out of them or finished them. Some hammerstones that he sent. This one's made out of smoky quartz. Been worked on the face and all the way around the sides. This is really a nice one. Peck marks. Really like this. That's a good one. And then this one, I don't know if it really shows up. It's been beat on the ends. This one is round, almost a biscuit, but not flat. But it's been worked all the way around. I'm trying to go fast because I have a lot to show, and I want to catch it with the sun on everything. This, not a hammerstone, but what I think is probably an undrilled banner stone. Super cool. We've yet to find anything like that. That is really something to have in the collection. Just neat to see how it's grooved down and actually hold it, kind of feel the weight of how much weight they'd want. Seems like a lot of weight, but this one, which is ridiculous, it's made out of some high grade quartz. It's worked on this end and a little bit on this edge all the way around. I don't know if it'll show up, but it's not going to show up. You hold the light up to it just right, and I mean it illuminates. It's just a big piece of crystal quartz. Some good stuff. Then all these, which seems a little astounding to think that somebody would actually send those, give them away. I'm gonna sit down right quick. I'll just kind of pick out a few that are very interesting. Like this is obviously one of my favorites. Lucy, shh. Like a scraper or a preform, or could have been a preform into a scraper into a point. Who knows what it was planned to be. These just the same, knife blades or preforms. I do believe that could be a preform. I mean, I could see them notching that out. It's super thin. And the same with this one. I love the speckled, that speckled rhyolite. This one's got bands in it. Then this big quartz piece, which is crystal, but that end right there, that end, I don't know that you can see it on here. It is as smooth as it can get. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to figure that out. It's not the outside of the rock. I guess maybe it could be, but I struggle to think. I think it was hafted here, and then they just ground away at something right there, chiseled or something. I don't know what they were doing. Look at this bad boy. Shame it's broke. That's a big old piece of rhyolite right there. All right, we don't need to get into how much crystal that is. That is as crystal can get. Look at that. That little part, and the base is broke. I think it was more of a rounded base, and then the very tip, just the same, still good. These two he sent, this one to Terry and this one to me. You can see how ground, let me see if I can get the focus on my phone to pick it up. You can see how ground the sides are on that. And that one, you can see where the flute terminates. These, I kind of used to keep them in some sort of an order, but we've literally picked them up and looked through them so many times that they're so out of order. I just try to keep them somewhat together. Like all these quartz LaCroix, one of my favorites. Why in the world? And then the rhyolite one. This piece right here, the ears on it That's an oldie but a goodie. And same with the one next to it. I want you to look at the bevel. I've shown some of these before, but can you see that? The bevel is almost almost straight up and down. It's just so hard. The base is smooth as it can be. Oops, sorry about all that. Sorry about the band-aid on my finger. I was working on bonsai trees this week. Look at the teeth on all these. Like this one. I mean, they were just crazy. I'm assuming maybe they were making saws. I don't know why they would teeth them up so much. This one right here. All of those with the teeth, the bases are ground. Some more with crystal, all different types of material from there. This is some kind of a flint that had to be traded in. Showed those in the LaCroix. My favorite rhyolite, probably that black speckled. And this is some of that. It's black, but it's kind of cruddy. But man, they really worked it. Blade edge is still sharp after all those years. Look at this little skunky rhyolite point. This one for a while I thought was a Dalton, but it's just not ground, and I think it's a peaty. The base does feel lightly ground, but the sides aren't. And then I've gone past those. This one, G10 quartz. It's got some kind of little dirty inclusions in it, but some other big ones. I'll try to stop on the ones that I kind of find interesting. Got a little carried away with setting ones down. There's so much, I don't want to have a 25-minute video. Big piece of quartz right there. Some kind of a knife. There's one over here that's G10. Let me see if I can figure out where I put it. Sean and I were just looking through them earlier, and I remember showing them to him. This one back up here. Look at that thing. Just a little bit off the base. Such a great piece. And this one, I almost want to say, it kind of looks like a table rock, or that base. It's got the racing stripes. Not exactly sure. Sorry about the dogs. I've been trying to avoid them barking, but it's a no-win. These right here, all I think are old. I got in a discussion online about this one, and they just kept saying that it was an eared Yadkin. And I've looked into Yadkins a lot. The base on this, you may be able to see how smooth the base is. I don't know if that focus is coming in so bright. The base is as smooth as it can get, and it's smooth all the way up to about right here, and the same on the other side. So I almost think it may be like a Beaver Lake type. I don't know if they have those over in North Carolina. Then these two, I don't know what they would be. The same with this. The base is ground, inside the ears is ground, and the flaking looks a little different than. So some oldies but goodies. Look at that base on that piece of quartz. This is one that he just sent me this week. It's a shameful that it's broke. Still a good one. And I have a lot more that I don't even have in this collection. Look at that. I just don't have the room in the frame. I'll have to get a bigger frame. That tan rhyolite, he says he thinks is a lot of points that are older, and I agree. This one, the base is ground. It's got some thinning, nice thinning strikes. Speaking of thinning strikes, back up to this one. Look at those. Halfway up. It doesn't feel ground though, so I don't know what's up with that one. I've just been thinning it out. Come over to this side, look at these different types of drills. There's one down here that really, the flaking is really something. I don't know if I'll be able to catch the flaking. It's some type of a quartzite. Flakes run all the way across. That's a good one too. There is a point in here that's made out of ortho quartzite. I'll show you that in a second. I do think that may be a eared Yadkin. A couple of those right there, or there's another point type that starts with a W that's skipping my mind right now. Yadkin. That Marl Mountain right there. Ovate. The ears are missing on this one right here. So the video is getting a little long. I'm just going to kind of get through here. I'd like to take more time, but there's just so many. Here, I'll show you that ortho quartzite point, which is right here. I don't know if the video will pick it up. See that grainy. A good friend of ours here, he found a Dalton just south of us made out of ortho quartzite. But either way, Indian Trace, thanks again for this amazing collection, for always taking time on those videos so that we can see it. We don't get to hunt as much anymore. Most of our spots are long gone, or they just don't get tilled up anymore, but it doesn't mean that we don't ever want to stop and look. But anyway, thanks again. It's fun to watch them, and thanks for gifting these. I don't know what else to say about that. Just superb.